My name is Bobby Shouse. I teach music at Sebastian Middle School and Breathitt County High School. And my project is called Interactive Music Classroom, which is kind of stupid because I think all music classrooms are probably interactive. But all right, so what I did was I applied for a grant to get an iPad to replace some of the tools that I use in the classroom, particularly my desktop. Oh, where are my pictures? Oh, my pictures aren't there, sorry. So one thing that they use the iPad for is they have a smart music app on it, and when we do recorders in beginning band and when we do recorders in humanities, it'll tell them what they're doing wrong immediately. We did an origami project in my 7th and 8th grade humanities class, and we also had several other iPads that we had from Gear Up. Do you all have Gear Up? So I would show them how to do an origami project on the overhead, and then they would find ones that they would like on YouTube, and they would do their own. We use a tuner app called ClearTune for band, and we use a metronome app on the iPad that's hooked up to this Bluetooth speaker. And they hate that. They hate that metronome. This was a picture of the ClearTune app. Sorry. The Bluetooth speakers that I also got with the grant. For our humanities section, we were doing... we really had no idea how to do a dance unit. So what I did was I found on YouTube eHow. Do you know what eHow is? It teaches you how to do stuff. So I found a set of videos that taught you how to do ballroom dancing. So this would have showed them doing the swing dance and the foxtrot and a few others. That's really weird that it didn't. Here was the swing dance. And here we would have been the video of them doing Alabama Gal for our folk dance unit. We had this thing we called Folk Dance Friday, where every Friday we would go to the front lobby and do folk dances in the front lobby because my room wasn't big enough. So that was always a lot of fun. Here is some of the music that we used from the iPad. I would just find something, take a picture of it, and I also got an Apple TV, and I was able to sync it with the overhead projector. So I would just take a picture of what we were doing. We had one of the Apple pencils, and the kids could write in the letters. They could do all kinds of stuff with the pencil to give them little cues of what the notes were. This was another video of our auditions for our spring play, which was the Mousetrap for the high school, which is going to be going on at the end of May. So what we used was, we used the iPad to record some of the auditions and let the kids watch them, see how their own performance went. We found on Pinterest these ceiling tile projects. We took some of the ceiling tiles out and used construction paper to create like three-dimensional projects. One of them was a rainforest project, so they had an animal, so they did cutouts of the animals. The one that we just finished in the spring was coral reefs, so they had to find an animal from the coral reef and different kinds of corals and make that three-dimensional ceiling tile. There's some more of the origami and 3D tiles. The things that I found most useful was using the Apple TV and the iPad for my band classes to just completely, everything, all the other tools that I used, I just could put away. I had tuners, metronomes, my desktop. I never use my desktop anymore. I can take one of those extra iPads we have and just put it on a kid's desk, a kid's music stand, and they can do little music theory exercises if they're having an issue with reading notes, or if they're having or if in the more advanced ones, if they're doing like building scales. There are all kinds of websites and apps that they could do that on. the Bluetooth speakers. For my choir, we were performing this piece. And I can just find stuff instantly and play it for them on this. And they can hear what it's supposed to sound like. And then they can perform it, and I have a app on here that records. And then they can hear the differences and the similarities between them and what they heard on the recording. I really liked using it to record those auditions and those performances for our drama group because I think they got probably the most out of it, seeing their performances. I love it because you can just download stuff immediately, or you can find it on YouTube. I have downloaded, I don't know how much music onto this iPad or a question will come up I'll be talking about a musical or a song from a musical, and a kid have never seen that musical, and you can just find the little clip on YouTube so fast. YouTube is amazing. I do all my grading on the iPad. I'm never at a desk anymore. In fact, I got rid of my desk in the high school classroom, and in the middle school classroom, I never go to my desk anymore. I would have gotten rid of it, but it's attached to the wall. They can review elements on either my iPad or one of the ones that we got from Gear Up. And the thing that a lot of them loved the most was the origami. They loved looking those projects up on YouTube and making those. And I had a group of 7th graders who they begged to do that every day, to look up something on origami and make it.